The Night Agent Season 1 begins with FBI agent Peter Sutherland boarding a metro train, seemingly on his way home from work. Very soon, he spots a man leave a backpack on the train and get off in an extremely suspicious manner. And checking it out, Peter finds the bag to contain a bomb on a timer. For the safety of the hundreds of civilians aboard the train, the FBI agent calls for the train to make an emergency stop and then helps people get off into the underground tunnels. Within a very short time, though, the bomb in the train blows up, killing one citizen, with most others saved by the brave response of Peter. While recovering from the frenzied events, Peter spots the same man who had left the bomb in the train now standing among bystanders and immediately gives him a chase. However, the perpetrator manages to get away as Peter is injured in a car accident. 1 year later, Peter Sutherland lives on with the guilt of being unable to save the one victim of the metro bombings. A certain section of the population even considers Peter to have some shady involvement with the terrorist attack, owing to the fact that his own father had also apparently been found guilty of treason against the country. Although still part of the FBI, Peter has now taken on a new role at the White House as the responder to a top-secret telephone line in the basement of the presidential building. Currently working under the orders of both FBI Deputy Director Hawkins and the Chief of Staff Diane Farr, Peter has been given the responsibility of manning the night agent telephone line. However, the phone line, which is apparently an extreme emergency measure for secret agents to contact the White House, hardly ever rings, and Peter spends all nights in the room just going through files and gathering information for Diane. On one unassuming night, though, the night agent telephone does ring, with Peter picking up the call to respond to the urgent pleas of a woman named Rose Larkin. In flashback, Rose, who had recently filed for bankruptcy after having been ousted from her own business firm over a cybersecurity breach, was living with the Campbells. Rose had heard her uncle and aunt speak to each other in codes and words that suggested that the two had some secret identity related to the US government. Rose finds her uncle and aunt suddenly attacked by two men, who kill them and also give her a chase. In present, Peter organizing a police rescue team and then being ordered to go meet Rose himself, Peter makes acquaintance with the young woman and tries to figure out why her uncle and aunt had been killed. Ellen and Dale attack both of them. Rose recognizes him as having attacked the Campbells. Peter tricks them and they meet Diane in the White House. Rose doesn't trust anyone, so she tells nothing. As Peter inquired about this with Diane, it was revealed that the Campbells had been FBI agents working secretly in the counterintelligence department. Rose decides to stay with Peter. They stay at safe house for tonight. Next day he leave her in hotel with security. Peter think Rose has some information, but she doesn't want to tell. Rose calls Peter and they talk whole night. Peter goes back to the hotel the next morning, but the security have been removed by the White House. The killers Ellen and Dale have already arrived there, and then both would run away from there. Peter informed Diane about this and she tells that Jamie had removed the security. Rose thinks that Diane can get it done as well and doesn't trust her, but Peter trusts Diane. Rose remembers her uncle and aunt are talking about the hard drive. Both come to their forest house where Peter finds a hard drive, but it's encrypted. When Rose can't decode it, Peter calls Diane for help. Diane calls them to the White House to inform them that someone has killed Jamie. Peter gets scared and now killers visit his house too. They think that Diane has with them because only she knows their location. On the other side, Maddie, daughter of Vice President Redfield, has two security guards, Chelsea and Eric. Rose wants to open that drive using a White House computer. Peter went to the White House and tells Diane that Rose betrayed him and fled. He gives her a fake hard drive too. At diner, Rose tries to open the drive. Peter distracts Diane and he gives Rose access to Diane's PC when she leaves. She opens the hard drive, but when Diane comes back, she understands this thing. She talks to Peter about this. Diane suspects Peter may have gotten Jamie killed. Peter reveals that he doesn't trust Diane because she sent the killers. She tells that someone in the White House may have hidden a bug in her phone. She revealed that the Campbells were actually investigating the metro bombings from 1 year ago. Although they had retired from their FBI jobs, the Campbells had been hired as night agents in the recent past directly by the President of the United States, Michelle Travers, in order to secretly investigate the subway bombing. She believed that this attack was carried out by PIF leader Omar Zadar, but she did not have any proof. That's why everyone began to feel that someone from the White House has done this work. Rose looks at the hard drive, in which Omar Zadar gives an interview about the fact that he did not get the bomb blasted. Along with this, the blueprints of some other building are found in which she gets the address. Peter brings Diane in and tells Rose to trust her. Whatever information they know, share with each other. Peter and Rose visit the location she found, and there they meet a woman named Lorna. Rose recognizes her and she is an old friend of her aunt. Lorna tells that she too was an agent and now she is retired. They come to a cafe where she tells them that the Campbells were looking for something. Peter finds out that the metro passes under the same cafe. They would have understood that the metro blast was going to happen at the same place, because the major gas line bisects that tunnel. If something were to hit that gas main, it'd take out full city blocks. He got on the metro that night, and he prevented something. Ellen and Dale kill Lorna at her home. On the other hand, Maddie and her art teacher Paulo go attracted to each other and kiss. Rose notices that a girl was sitting in the cafe for a long time on the day of the attack. In fact, it's the Chelsea that Peter knows. Peter talks with Chelsea about that day. He asks if she was in Maddie's security. Peter feels that her life is in danger. She says she cannot tell them without her senior Almora's permission. Almora lashes out at Diane for this. Diane tells the president that Peter has come to know something. Peter meets Jamie's wife. He learns from her that Jamie was also doing research in metro bombing, and he got the name of the CEO of Turk Lake Industries in this case. He had gone to meet him for the last time but did not return. On the other hand, Paulo meets his boyfriend Matteo. Matteo is happy to hear that Maddie is coming to meet him tonight. Rose and Peter find out about Gordon Wick, who is a security contractor. He is a very special friend of Vice President Redfield. It seems they have good business relation. Maddie and Chelsea come to the party and she escapes by dodging the security. This thing infuriates Chelsea. Maddie reaches Paulo's house. They are kissing when Matteo comes, seeing which Maddie gets scared. He shoots Paulo and kidnaps Maddie. Chelsea and Eric see around and understand what would have happened. Peter drops Rose off at his friend Cisco's house. Meanwhile, Chelsea and Eric find Matteo's sketch at Paulo's house. Peter arrives at the White House and tells Diane he thinks Turn Lake orchestrated the metro bombing. It was a false flag manufactured by Turn Lake, and they just sat her and the PIF as scapegoats when it failed. Gordon Wick wouldn't have known about night action unless someone in the White House told him. This information given to him by his old friend Vice President Redfield. Diane needs to fill in Traverse and she needs Peter to be there too. From Diane's words, he also understands that she already knows all these things and perhaps she has also involved with them. Peter tells Rose to leave Cisco's house. Diane tells Wick about this and she wants to arrest Peter. But Peter escapes from there by dodging everyone. Cisco runs away with Rose and is being chased by Ellen and Dale. He drops Rose on the way and Ellen kills Cisco. Dale chases Rose and goes to kill her, then Peter saves her and kills Dale. Redfield is furious about his daughter being kidnapped and Diane confronts him about it. She tells that Peter and Rose have come to know about him and Wick. Now they have to find Maddie as well as solve the matter of Peter and Rose. Ellen is saddened to find Dale dead. Peter and Rose arrive in his uncle's boat. It is told in the news that Vice President Redfield has accused Peter of kidnapping Maddie. They are sad to hear this. Maddie remembers that her sister Sarah drowned in the swimming pool because of her. Matteo would have kidnapped her and kept in a room. He takes her picture with the newspaper. Peter is sad and wants to leave it all. Rose asks him to finish this case and motivates him. Their romantic relationship begins here. Chelsea and Eric meet Dylan, a friend of Paulo's. He tells that Paulo wanted to recruit Maddie in New Leaf. He was gonna try to convince her to record a plug for us last night, and then he was gonna send him the video. Matteo and Paulo are dating for last 8 months. Wick shows Matteo's email to Redfield. He wants him to confess that he planned the metro bombing and covered it up, and admit those who are accomplices him. Otherwise Maddie will die. Nonetheless, Redfield does think of his daughter's danger and wants to confess his crimes in public. But Wick and Diane now get in his way, since their whole plan of covering up after the crime would be at waste if Redfield now confessed. Diane tells Chelsea and Eric to find Peter as he is the kidnapper. Redfield finds a video that Maddie shot. In this video, he beats Maddie and blames her for the death of his daughter Sarah. But he is the one responsible for her drowning because he left the pool fencing open that day. He gains sympathy from people by taking Sarah's name. Maddie tells Matteo that she wanted to bring this video to the public. Chelsea and Eric meet Peter's uncle Jim Wilson. They find a picture of boat they think probably Peter could be there. Peter and Rose track down a man named Colin who works for Wick's company. From his photograph, Peter understands that he was the bomber. He was dead on the day of the bomb blast. This is known from his report. Chelsea and Eric reach them and arrest them. 1 year ago when the bomb exploded, killing only one, Colin understood that he would be held responsible one way or another, and for this, he kept lurking about in the area and was eventually spotted by Peter. After successfully evading the FBI agent, Colin Worley called up the man who had hired him, Gordon Wick. Although Wick falsely promised to save Colin from any harm, the real plan that he came up with along with Redfield and Diane for damage control was very different. Wick sent men to kill Colin and ensure that there would be no loose ends tying them to the metro bombing plan, but the men mistakenly killed Colin's identical twin brother Matteo. Since Colin had a history of drug abuse, Mateo's death was made to look like it had happened due to a drug overdose, and the death also took place suspiciously just one day before Colin was to be officially interrogated by the FBI. Although the world knew that Colin Worley had died, the man now took on the identity of his twin brother Mateo, and started to hatch a plan of his own. Now he wants to bring his murderers Redfield and Wick in front of everyone. Rose and Peter assure them that Diane is framing them. She shows them the Colin's picture who actually looks like Mateo. They would have understood that they were twins. They think Colin has kidnapped Maddie to take revenge. Peter tells them about Colin's storage. They visit storage section, and after watching the stuff, they get information about many people there along with Paula. Meanwhile, Maddie finds a batch number of train bogey. She requests Colin to send another video to her father. Chelsea tells Peter that she was under Omar Zadar's security on that day. Peter understands that he was the target. Well, if they assassinate Zadar, half his country takes to the streets. But if they take him out along 2 blocks in a subway car, then he would have been just another casualty. Chelsea got Maddie's video. She smartly tells the batch number with tap language. They reach cargo yard near some containers while searching. In order to ensure their safety, Wick sends his rogue assassin Ellen to kill Colin in exchange for Peter Sutherland's location, whom Ellen was searching for to avenge her late husband Dale's death. Everyone starts looking for Maddie. She injures Colin and escapes. They find her and catch Colin as well. Ellen does ultimately kill Colin and Eric. Rose pushes her from behind and kills her. Diane meets Wick and Redfield. She was not actually engaged to them before. She asks them the motive for killing Omar Zadar. They consider Omar Zadar as a terrorist and responsible for previous attacks on country. They tried to talk sense into the president. She wouldn't listen. If investigation happens and if it uncovers our involvement, the whole administration is in jeopardy, especially the president. So, reluctantly, she had to cover up the matter. Maddie wants to expose her father. Peter and Rose find out from Ellen's phone that another bomb blast is about to happen. They split up to find out about it. Maddie and Chelsea leave with the officers. Redfield is happy to see Maddie safe, and he apologizes to her for all his mistakes. Now he promises to be a good father. Chelsea learns that Omar Zadar is supposed to meet at Camp David for a meeting with the president. Rose and Peter arrive at Diane's house, and Chelsea inform about the meeting. There will be a bomb blast in which there is a conspiracy to kill Omar Zadar along with President Travers this time. Peter and Rose tell Diane that they have proof that she got the Campbells killed. They know that they are planning to kill the president and Omar Zadar. She tells that she is not related to Redfield and Wick. She did not know about this plan and does not want to let anything happen to the president. Peter asks her to go with them, and then they leave for Camp David Military Defense Base. Diane tells that she was not involved in the Metro blast. But when she came to know about this, she wanted to hush up the matter. Because if she did not do this and this matter came in front of everyone, then this administration could be in danger. On the other hand, Redfield and Maddie reach Camp David with Chelsea. Redfield enters a secure vault below with his daughter. Redfield apologizes to his daughter that Sarah's death was his fault. He also tells her about the bomb blast. Then Maddie runs away from there. Diane reaches there with Peter and Rose. Then they comes out of the car hiding. Diane asks Almora to evacuate the president, but Nathan comes and shoots both of them. Peter follows him. Nathan informs his companions about this. Chelsea understands something is fishy. She attacks and kills that agent. After searching a little, she found a bomb. Peter also finds out about the other bomb from Nathan. Maddie comes upstairs. Till then, Chelsea gets everyone out of there. Then she would inform everyone on the radio that there was a bomb in the building. The president's guards takes her away from there. Chelsea escapes with Maddie before bomb explodes. President is taken to chopper. Peter stops them and inform about bomb in the chopper. Then there is a blast, but no one dies. The president is also safe. Chelsea and Rose come to see Peter. Redfield is shocked to see Maddie alive. Rose threatens to take Diane to prison in an injured condition. Chelsea is finally offered her dream assignment, to be on the security detail of the president herself. Chelsea agrees to it with great enthusiasm. Chelsea had thoroughly enjoyed keeping Maddie safe, and the two remain close friends. Maddie announces that she will probably go to Italy to pursue an academic course that she has always wanted to do. Peter is given the opportunity to learn more about his father by President Travers. Peter obviously agrees and is shown a video of his father's interrogation, in which the man admits to his crimes. Peter Sr. says in the video that he did make foreign friends to whom he was selling secret information. Travers then also explains that Peter's father had agreed to work as a double agent and gather intel about his buyers for the FBI, but unfortunately, some of the foreign spies killed him before this mission could be started. The FBI then had to pose his death as a car accident, and keep his real identity a secret forever. In the end, Peter is given a promotion from the FBI to work directly under the White House as a night agent, and the young man is seen taking a private flight away from the country on his first mission. But Peter remains determined to find his father's killer, as he asks President Travers about it. Although Peter does not get any reply, this could very well be content for a possible second season. Did you like the Night Agent series? You must tell me in the comment section. Thanks for watching.